for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, yes I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, yes I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, oh yeah, yes I'm walking, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking, I'm walking. Great Rising, y'all. Great Rising. Thanks for coming on the walk. Y'all probably already started. This is the libation that I poured yesterday. I couldn't share with y'all, but I still had to pour it. So, overproof. Whew. And then, see, I like for it to sit there, and I know it's evaporation, but it makes me think that the ancestors drinking it and smelling it. When I lived in a different place where we didn't have rodents and stuff, I would let the food stay there till it rotted. Yeah. Anyway, guess who's on the walk with us today? Sarah Douglas, formerly enslaved in Alabama, with her husband Sam. Enslaved too long. Um, then we have Martha Spence Bunton, formerly of Tennessee and then Texas. What I'm understanding is that when all the other states claimed Emancipation Proclamation, Texas didn't. So if you wanted to keep using the enslaved and making money and doing crops and stuff like that, you moved to Texas. Trash state. Ha ha! Yes indeed. Yes indeed, honey. Along with those other trash states. I'm so happy when I go west. That will be the first time that I have entered into state or states that did not enslave peoples. Didn't enslave, didn't participate in the breakdown after the capture of the Moors. And you know what helped me put it together? Oh Lord, this is it. I tried to submit, I hope you're listening. I tried to tag you and stuff like that. But I gotta tell you, I wanted Smith to come on and talk about Tiki Hut. And then I was gonna ask her, now that I'm steaming, is there a good moisturizer that I could put on me when I steam, for the steaming? But I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get her. She doesn't know how to get me. we trying. Let me see. Can you see my feet? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's important to me. Yeah, just took it a little too long, too far. But that's what those Hatfields and McCoys do. It's in their background. Great Rise, and thanks for coming on the walk. Thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. I was a little cool. Now I'm hot. And I'm so grateful for my steamer. If you go back in the old pictures, I used to have a sauna. But now I have a steamer. And whew, it works good on these muscles. It works good on these bones. If my grandma was still alive, I would be sending her a heat blanket and a sauna. And I said, just use it in the wintertime. Just use it in the wintertime. Whew. Your whole body feel happy. But she probably wouldn't use it because the Lord want her to suffer. When you suffer, you is closer to the Lord. Well, I'm so far away from him, I can't even tell you. The people who made me suffer to get closer to him, I have successfully moved from out of my life. So, I'm too old to be a bastard now. That's what I'm talking about. Whew. Yes. Ooh, that steam. I've never been 65 before. And I'm telling you, I'm learning so much about this body. I've always seek information about this body. I always did. I wanted to know what made me tick and what would keep me ticking. And what would make me happy. And whew, when I sit in that steam and my muscles start melting away and everything is so happy. I said, wow. This is another good thing from them in this human experience. This human experience. Whew. The images of the ancestors I'm looking at, and I'm saying these folks are old. Some are still working. And the whole thing saying to me is, they ain't never had no health care. They ain't never had no care other than them caring for themselves. And yet, your descendants, they don't care for themselves. They go to white people they call doctors, knowing full well that when it comes to us, I'll say African Americans, I want to say more, ain't too much in there for us, if anything. And I watch y'all. Y'all was enslaved. You probably never seen a doctor in your whole live long life. You had to find a root. And you had to will yourself to heal. Someone just put that on me. You have to will yourself to heal. And you keep going. Now, this is remember slavery. This is after Emancipation Proclamation. And many of these pictures come out of Texas, where y'all remember Texas didn't. Oh, and everybody celebrated. No one remembers. No one says, "What a trash state! What a scum state!" They don't say that. 2 years after Emancipation Proclamation, they still kept us enslaved. And you wonder why they control abortions and all that kind of stuff. Typical Hatfields and McCoys. Trash in, trash out. So, now I get it. So whoever, when the Emancipation Proclamation came out, and they said, "Oh, you free, you free," Texas didn't do it. So the word went around. Bring your enslaved people to the compounds in Texas, because we ain't never going to free them. And when I see and I hear African Americans talking so proud about Texas, every time we say Texas, we should spit. Maybe the universe will start focusing and dealing with them accordingly. Every time I say Texas, I'm going to spit. 2 years. And then the word went out. So you was in Tennessee. But Tennessee was emancipated. So you rounded everybody up and you moved to Texas. So you can have enslaved people a little longer. So you can get rich. Texas. Trash state. And that's what I'm seeing. I read it before, but I didn't take it in. Everything I'm reading. Alabama. In Alabama, formerly of Texas. Formerly of Texas. Formerly of Alabama, now Texas. I'm like, why is everybody in Texas? Texas. And I say, "Oh, Juneteenth, the enslaved were free." No. Texas kept them 2 years longer. How any African American, any African, though there's tons of Africans in Texas, but they don't know the history, they don't give a damn. They still mad at us from the whole Moore thing. So, yep. I'm looking at one picture that I just put up, and it's of husband and wife, and they're constantly hitting me that wasn't even allowed to get married then. There was still no legal marriages between us. But you see, when the government wrote it up, they had to say they was a happy slave couple that ain't enslaved no more, but they just is happy. Trash Hatfield and McCoys, trash Democrats, trash Republicans, trash. Oh, next space regulation. And I have to, yeah, I'm from Texas. So I can't go to Texas. Low. Enslavement empowers their whole thing. No, you will not have an abortion even if it's to save your own life.
But thank goodness they're just talking about white women. Because if you know your real history, it's written into place that our babies ain't supposed to make it. That's part of the science. You say, African Americans, they have more infants, and was it death in infancy? And well, of course. Ain't that according to the plan? Tell the truth. And the draft plan will be revealed. Old black people, they dying so fast. I'm looking at a whole bunch of black people that came through enslavement. No vitamins, no pain pills. They just had to use their knowledge of the earth and when their body wanted something, how to heal themselves. But you have to sit here in a waiting room for hours. Medicine, this Hatfield and McCoy medicine is specifically for men. I think I heard in one of my talks they said the AR rifles was made so in Vietnam the bullets would go through the helmets. And now they use it to shoot up schools. Go through little baby bones. So I'm looking at these folks. And they standing, some sitting, some look like they was doing something, moving. But here, they don't want you to move. And that's why I've been moving ever since. Husband and wife. And they put the wife's names first. So that lets you know that's a bunch of bull, right? The woman's name is never first. But so many distorted histories, so much. These Hatfields and McCoys, as I call them, CO and Wardens. Hey, let me stop, because I still ain't seen my video since yesterday. Probably never will. Whew. Sorry, Smith. One of us got to become computer savvy to get you on. But then the ancestor said, isn't that why you put me here, Vicki? You put us here so you can talk to us too. But talking to them is getting me in trouble. Telling the truth to them or acknowledge it in my human form. I didn't put that fan on. Whew. Yes. One good thing about a steamer, I am sweating already. Yes. The sweat is back.
Yes, indeed. I'm walking. Oh, yeah. Just for me. I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I'm walking. So happy to be walking. Happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking. Oh yeah, just for me, I'm walking. Thank you for the company. I'm walking. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. So happy to be walking, happy to be walking. Thank you for the company. Walking, yes indeed, I'm walking, I'm walking, just for me, I'm walking.
Yeah,
Thank you for the company.
absolutely. Here we go. I am sweating, y'all. Do you know how happy I am? Happy? Let me tell you. From the summer sweat, when I was drinking all that water, then with the fall coming in, I kind of still kept drinking the water, but I wasn't sweating it out. So it was literally running through me. Drink a glass of water, I go to the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I know what this is. So that's why I pulled the steamer out. But it kept being fall. And I would drink the water and it passed through me. So I had to start mixing the water with juice. And I was saying, boy, I sure do love drinking my water. But I got to find a way of getting it out of the system other than just drinking it. So, I'm very happy to be steaming. I'm very happy because now I'm back to sweating. And now I can be back to drinking water. And that makes me happy. That steamer is less than $100. Probably not now, though. Because I bought mine in the summer. Because I had to get rid of the old one. It was 2 years old, and I didn't know how to clean it and wipe it. So, I didn't know how to clean and wipe it. So, I got another one. And I'm just happy to be sweating. I'm really happy to be sweating. Hold on, y'all. Well, you can see my feet. We'll leave it at that. That's what I want you to see. Yes! Ancestors get me in trouble when I talk to y'all about what I know from my... But y'all was there. Always around me. I always had to, you know, like my offerings and stuff like that. You don't let too many people see. Because especially the cults. The cults are, oh. Because I'm trying to tell you, I never understood, like, when my mother passed away, nothing. You had the funeral, she died, and that was it. That was it. No mention of her name, no, nothing. And I noticed before my mother died, my aunts died. Didn't even mention their name. Once you're dead, you're done. And I was like, wait a minute. Because when the conquered people were enslaved, you had to do a disconnect. So you took this blonde hair sandal guy and put him in place, and you said, They said if you talk about anybody but that blonde hair blonde, well, originally they didn't even let you talk about it because that cult was just for them. But when they allowed, and I'm even saying that wrong. Anyway, none of these folks so far that I've read, and we'll listen to it, I don't hear them saying, and the Lord help me, and I pray to God. I don't hear that. I don't hear that. That means they were enslaved by Christianity, but they weren't allowed to be Christian. Ha! I'm so happy I'm leaving this earth knowing. I don't mean to upset anybody else or whatever else, and Facebook and YouTube get mad. I'm just telling you, I'm so happy that I know. And they probably didn't know. I remember Irma. Irma was from Louisiana. And I met up here, all her sisters and stuff came up. And in Louisiana, they kept them separate by that race thing. You know, Irma was lighter than her sisters were darker. You know, that whole cult thing, if you're dark, you're close to the devil. Whew, such poison. Anyway, Irma, before she died, I spoke to her. And she said, Vicky, why they do us like that? Can't get ahead. Can't start no business. Just can't do nothing. What? She said, what did we ever do to them that we would be treated so horribly? If she had only lived longer. She died in her 50s. The kind of knowledge that she needed could only be obtained for us because it'll never be in the books. I just, from my research, just pick little pieces out, little truths. Hatfield and McCoys, they lie all the time, but there's little truths in there. And she'd lived a little longer, she would have known. She is a conquered people. And if I had known, if I was younger than she was. But now I would say, Irma, you don't understand. A conquered people, that's what happened to them. Like Germany didn't even know that half the population got sent to Israel. Because the Germans were a conquered people. And England, just like they did the Moors, just like they did in India, they were going to make sure that they didn't get back together again. So a lot of Germans left and is in Israel after the Germans became a conquered people. They didn't enslave them like they did the Moors. They didn't enslave them. But they separated them where they'll never be back together again to be strong. Through religion. I call them cults. But how beautiful is that? And they didn't just start doing that. We are the example of a conquered people. And I wish because I had written the Africans in America theme park by then, but I refused to touch the history of the Moors because I couldn't tell it in its full truth that the division of the Moors were through religion. And the Arabs, Muslims loved the Christians, and the Christians loved the Jews. All this hate and separation is for the benefit of the captured people. And I would have told Irma that. I said, That's how it is. And we just gotta fight through it. That's why every accomplishment, I used to get upset. Oh, how is it in 2022, first black? First black. But now I know why. And I know the significance of that. And if I had shared it with Irma, I think it would have healed her. And she would have got, we just got to push harder, Irma. We got to make our way. We got a Black Wall Street. We got a Lorraine again. We have to, and we have to invest in Africa. And we have to apologize to Africa. And we have to beg Africa for our forgiveness. Take our money and put it in Africa. Yes. Yeah. I told her, stay away from the doctors. Walk more, exercise, drink more water, love yourself, love your face, love your skin, love your hair, love your nails, love your finger, everything about you. I would have told Irma. I'm just looking at the ancestors. Never had a doctor. Probably didn't have a meal that they didn't grow and cook themselves. But look, they're old. And you'll hear their voice on Kwanzaa. I don't know, I hope they don't kick me off. if that's the case, I'll just record it and try to find a way to stream it and connect with you there, send you there, put links to there. What, 30 years ago? What I want to do is not cry. I want to see how strong I am, because it has been over 20 years since I've heard these voices. Yep. I found them in the 90s. I left Greenwich at the start of 2000 and thought I was in an African American city. They didn't have it. And then I moved back to Greenwich. So it's been about 10 years that I moved back to Greenwich, and I started taking it out, but it started messing up because they had gone to CDs. And for security reasons, you had to scan them. And every time they scanned it, they would erase it. And I got to give the Greenwich Library some credit. They did reorder it a few times, but it kept being ruined. So then I moved up here, so maybe let that alone. 10 years since I've heard their voices. Every Kwanzaa, when I lived in Greenwich in the 90s, I would check them out and they would stay with me over the holidays. Sometimes I would check out Tony Robbins, the motivator, or I would get that Cardwell thing, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Grow black, think black, grow rich, think rich, go black. Let's go. 10. Check your elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's put luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, 12. Look at me going on. Ooh, thanks for coming on a walk, y'all. This walk is too short. How can you not give yourself this little half-hour walk in the morning? You ain't gotta be fast. All you gotta do is move. Let's see if I can catch a beat. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, Facebook friends. Yes. Yes, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.